Did you guys miss me? Seriously though, it's actually been a while since I posted my last video. But if any of you guys watched my last video, which was, the curls, that's the last video I posted, you would know that I actually just recently relocated from Charlotte to Houston. So my new home is Texas. What do you guys think about the place? Huh? Like my artwork? Digging that? Oh, check out the Joker. But yeah, so I'm sitting here with some freshly washed hair because not only did I move to Houston, I also took a little mini vacay and enjoyed my time at a cabin in Minneapolis, or Minnesota, I guess. It wasn't actually Minneapolis. And swam and got some good sun, and I'm feeling really, really tanned out right now. I know you guys can't tell, but I caught one, so I'm feeling myself right now. I'm finally getting some really, really good questions from you guys, and a lot of them, at least this first video, I want to address how many dreads that I have. And I kind of want to give you guys the quick story on how and why that number's changed a little bit. So quick disclosure, I haven't actually counted them. I'm gonna post how many dreads I have once this video is done, like at the very end, just to keep you guys guessing. If you want to skip, that's fine. I forgive you. Let me just get started. So at the beginning of my dread journey, I had about 255 locks. And I'd done the locks in the back, and especially around my edges, at least up until maybe this point right here on both sides. I did those dreads a little bit on the thicker side. Granted, at the time I thought the parts were pretty close in size, but it's kind of interesting that as your locks mature, different areas of your hair get a lot thicker than other areas, even though the parts are, say, for example, the exact same size. And that the thickest part of my head is right here along the back, and then I have this weird, like, really soft patch, like dead center in the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm really trying my best here. And then my hair gets really soft right here again, and then gets really coarse right here at the crown. So anyway, long story short, I did my dreads a little bit smaller right here in the front, and this is where my hair was softer. So where I started with 255 dreads, I actually had these two in the front. Actually used to be 4. And let me see if it's to compare, if you can see that. So if you guys can see how much thinner like those two are compared to these two. Okay, maybe you can't tell. I'm trying. But anyway, so yeah, these two dreads in the front used to be 4, and especially at the very beginning, I was very, very paranoid about like my dreads breaking off because they were on the smaller side, and I did them myself, and I was really hoping that I was moisturizing them correctly and that my hair wouldn't break off, because it has in the past. Granted, that was when I was making bad decisions and doing relaxers and trying to put dye on top of that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. We rose above. So I was actually really worried that the dreads in the front, the 4, were gonna break off because they seemed a lot smaller than like the rest of this section. So what I actually ended up doing was I twisted the 2 dreads together. I wonder if you can see where the twist started. Can you see that? Nope, too blurry. Well, the twist started, let's see. Wow, I can't even tell anymore. Maybe the twist started about here. Oh, it's really close to you guys. The twist started about here. That's about how long my dread was when I decided to combine them. And I basically took the threading needle, and at least at the very end, once I was done twisting it, to make sure it would stay together, I took the threading needle and kind of put the dread through itself so that it wouldn't unravel. And then when it came to my first retighten, that's when I made that merge official and was able to get the new growth of the 2 dreads together. And now it's grown into 1 dread. I may do a video, if you guys want, on how to combine locks, if you're interested. So yeah, so that's what I did to these 2. And then, you know, some time passes and I'm going through my hair and I'm retightening it. And there's this one section, like very, very small section of my hair that was maybe this long, and I kept thinking it was new growth, so I kept trying to put it into the dreads next to it, but it just wanted to do its own thing and be its own section. So I said fine, and I found some fake, like, yucky, really kinky synthetic hair to wrap around that section of new growth that was about this long, and I used that actually to start a new dread. Matter of fact, and I call that dread Felicia because she's, you know, she's a little special. She's by herself over here in the back, and she's doing her own thing, like I said. And now look at her. She's actually the true measurement I have of how long or how much my dreads have grown in the last 3 years. Because when she started, she was only this long. She was really tiny. So yeah, so that is Felicia. And if you look at the other dreads in that same section, one next to it, you see that? That's how big of a difference starting the dread from scratch to the ones that I started in originally, how big the length difference is. So I went from 255 dreads when I combined these two to 253, and then when I created this one, I went back to 254, and then, oh, you guys thought this story was over. No, it's not over yet. And then I had a similar scenario happen that happened with Felicia, where there was, like I told you guys, I have this very, very soft section in the very center of the back of my head. I turned that into a dread as well, except I did this one a little bit differently because the hair actually back here was a little bit longer than Felicia was. So what I did was, like, every retighten, I would just kind of keep twisting that section of hair until it got big enough to where I felt comfortable enough to make it into its own dread as far as the part being big enough. And I twisted it and twisted it and twisted it until it was about this long. It looked really stupid too. Whenever I pull up my hair, it looked really stupid, just a whole wisp of hair. And I actually created that dread like how I created all the others, where I took, after twisting it at the ends, I began knotting the hair through itself. So then that's how I went from 254 dreads to now 255. Now this one has not grown that long at all. It's still very, very new. So I am going to try and show you guys this thread. Bear with me, okay? There's not a lot of light. Oh, let me know if you can see it. All right, pardon the seas. Okay, get my chair out of the way. All right, can you guys see her? Can you see how tiny she is? So yeah, I haven't given her a name yet, but I need to because I'm sure she's lonely and wants an identity of her own. Maybe throw away, give me some like suggestions or whatever, which you guys would name your dreads, because it actually helps. It makes you feel a lot more connected to them, especially when they're doing extra stuff that you're just not prepared for. So I think I officially have 255 dreads. That's my final answer. I'm going to count them and present to you at the very end of this video, now that it's finally over, how many dreads I actually have. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment below any other questions you guys want me to answer. If you want these videos to be a little bit shorter and me not to talk as much, also comment that. I won't mind. But thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned.